Hey guys, Miri here. Today I want to talk you through a victory royale in Fortnite to show you some of the techniques and methods I use to pretty consistently get into the top 5 of the games I play. And I want to do this because I really want to show people how to replicate my success with actual scenarios. A lot of people talk about the theory of playing Fortnite, things you need to do, but I wanted to show actual examples for how this works. In this game I've already kind of nabbed one kill on the entry into Retail Row. And here basically I've heard the sound of bullets and I'm kind of scouting around looking for other people because I know there's at least 2 other people still here in Retail Row because I've heard shots but I haven't heard them line up with any of the kill cams. So I know there's at least 2 people around still somewhere in Retail Row, possibly more. So right now, because I'm so decked out, I have 93 shield, 100 health, along with med packs and shields and a pretty powerful shotgun. I'm pretty well equipped to take on some kind of urban warfare. At this point I'm looking to get onto the roof just because if there happens to be someone in one of these buildings, I kind of want to take advantage that they're not expecting going through the door. This is actually a pretty common technique in Fortnite at this point, so there's a chance that it might not take them by surprise, but at least it gives me a little bit of information other than just busting through the front door. So here I'm just kind of looking for enemies down there. I don't see any, but I don't necessarily want to breach down there because if there is someone waiting for me, they still have a huge advantage. Even though I am pretty shielded and have a pretty powerful shotgun, it's still probably not worth the risk. So at this point I'm just still looking in the house, deciding if I want to get in, and if I have a shot I'm going to take it. At this point I don't think there's anyone here, but I'm just going to clear the house to make sure and see if there's actually anything I can pick up just because I missed. So now I hear shots. It doesn't sound like it's coming from this house. It sounds like it's coming from another house, so I'm going to go and investigate and try to figure out where it is. Unfortunately, you see that kill cam, the person died, so I didn't really get a great read on where it was coming from, but I think it was coming from that house over there. So I'm going to check out that house, see if I can find out where it was coming from. So I'm looking around, getting ready to see if there's someone there. So now I see an open basement, which is a huge sign, and then I see the guns, and now I know that this person is from there. It's just a matter of lining up and hitting the shot. I had to deal with a bunch of loot because it was kind of shoved against the wall, so just kind of fast forwarding that part. I do hear some shots in the distance, so I'm just basically kind of running to them since, again, I'm still pretty decked out. There I'm making sure that I have brick selected if I need to wall something off quick in case I get ambushed. The less buttons I have to push when I'm in a panic and I'm getting shot, the better, so that I'm just checking out there. Here I'm just trying to get the best position I can with my sniper rifle and to make sure that I have a good vantage point of both things inside the circle and outside the circle. Because a big danger of when the circle is just turning is you have a lot of people sprinting towards the edge of the circle, but at the same time there are a lot of people that have their eyes on the edge of the circle around this time, so you have to be careful of getting sandwiched. It's something that happens a lot. So a lot of the times what I will do when the countdown isn't quite there yet is I'll get just inside the circle or just outside the circle, and I'll just constantly be looking ahead, looking back, looking ahead, looking back, trying to make sure that I'm not getting flanked. So generally people aren't moving too much inside the circle around this time, but it's the outside of the circle that you have to watch out for. So since I didn't get shot at from inside the circle and I don't see anyone from inside, chances are there's not going to be a whole lot of people running toward the outside. That's very rare. So now what I need to watch out is for people running towards the circle that are caught on the outside, so that's what I'm kind of preparing for. This is me checking to make sure I have all of my guns loaded in case I need to swap to them. This is something I probably should have done earlier, but it's always good to make sure when you have a moment that all your guns are reloaded just in case you have to hot swap. The last thing you want to do is have to reload in a firefight. It's really good if you can avoid having to do that. Another important thing to keep in mind in these situations is you generally want to keep moving always a little bit just in case you've missed someone and there is someone that's lining up a shot with your sniper rifle. A lot of times you'll see in battlegrounds type games or battle royale types games people just constantly shift their heads side to side to side, and that's generally a pretty good thing to do just so people can't line up a headshot with a bolt action sniper rifle like I have here. I can't even tell you the number of times that I've seen someone who's in a firefight with someone else who's just kind of sitting there not really moving, and I get to line up a perfect headshot, and you'll actually get to see that later in the video. So here I'm just keeping an eye on the outside of the circle as the circle's counting down, just being really wary of the fact that a lot of people might be charging in, and I just want to keep a lookout. Another thing to keep in mind is you have to know a lot of things are in consideration here. Where's the next circle going to show up? A lot of people sometimes also don't necessarily get into the circle until after the circle closes. So just because the circle is closed doesn't mean you're safe from people coming from out of the blue. A lot of people will play really greedy and just kind of med up to get through the circle. Another thing is sometimes people get delayed and they end up in firefights near the circle when they don't want to be, so they have to come sprinting in. So here I actually make a little bit of a mistake, and I'm actually like getting off of my overwatch before the circle fully closes. And this actually ends up being a little bit of a problem, as you're going to see in a little bit when I end up getting into a little bit of a firefight. But now I see my new circle and I'm going to start running to it. I hear the gunshots. I don't really want to get in a firefight at this point because there's only 15 people left and I can kind of wait it out. So I'm kind of making my way to the circle. I hear the reload there, or the gun switching, so I know there's someone there, and then I start to get shot. That's why I started looking around immediately. Immediately I want to get up 3 walls so I can kind of get a good vantage point, and then hopefully outshoot this guy since I'm really up. As you can see, I'm really trying to keep moving the whole time so that I can't get shot by his shotgun, and I do manage to outduel him. So here, getting behind a tree to heal up. If I wanted to be really safe, I would put a brick wall around all 4 sides of me. But I don't think there's a big chance of that many other people being here because there's only 11 people left. And I'm just on the outside of the circle. So here I'm going to try to loot everything. Accidentally hit that tree. Get up to full shield again, so I'm in a really good spot. Next, of course, is I want to try to see what kind of guns he has. Get more first aid if I need it. There it is. And then pick up all of his resources. You really want to stack as many as you can. So he has a blue shotgun, which now leaves me with a very good a SCAR assault rifle type weapon, a bolt action sniper, and a shotgun, all of which I need. The only thing that would be more ideal is if I could replace one of those with a shield. So here someone else finds me. Again, just put up walls that kind of give some breathing room, get some space, see what's going on. I'm going to look and see if I can find him, but I see the countdown is really low at this point because that firefight and the looting took up all of my time. So instead of really hunting this guy, I just want to make sure that I'm safe and then run to the circle as soon as possible. So I don't see him. I set up a pretty good wall, so I'm just going to take off. I'm going to check as I'm running towards the circle to make sure that he's not directly behind me and taking shots at me, and prepare to put up another wall. But at this point, I don't really have time to get into another firefight so close to the blue. So at this point, it's just kind of run and hope that I can get there because I don't really have a lot of time to try to kill him and then get all the way to the circle. So here again, I know there's someone behind me and I need to be wary of people being in front of me. So it's just kind of take the most covered approach. See here, I'm checking behind me, checking all around, and then I just really want to be quiet and sneak in as much as I can. Because this is a lonely lodge, there's quite a bit of cover. There's a lot of buildings here. Just checking around, checking to make sure if there's anyone here, and it doesn't appear to be. So I realize that this building is half in the circle, so I'm like, okay, well now I can get in the circle. I can get in this building and wait out the circle for a bit. So now I hear running behind me. So I'm going to try to take cover right here, prepare him to come in, switch to my shotgun, and then it's just a matter of me trying to outduel him. Miss a lot of shots, but I keep moving, and then I get fortunate enough to hit that headshot for a huge amount of damage. And now yet again, I'm going to get pushed and I'm going to get topped off. I'm in the circle right now, so I can't take too long looting, but I do manage to get in. Managed to pick up the shotgun again, get most of his resources, and because I have so many potions, I don't really have to be super wary of the blue, so I just go pick up all the ammo and then heal up. So the next thing obviously is now I see where the new circle is, checking around for some new loot, see if I can replace anything. I don't really need any of this, but I'm just checking to make sure. And now I see the circle. There's 8 people left, so just As I say, you don't really want to go looking for firefights at this point, you just want to be sneaky. So I see the ramp going up on the right, so I know that there's someone building over there. But again, I don't want to get flanked. The strategy at this point is you want to give yourselves as least opportunity to get flanked as possible. So because the circle actually goes against the coast, I'm going to go all the way over before I make my way, just because that leaves me one less cardinal direction that I have to look out for. No one can attack me from my east if I'm right next to the eastern coast. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go east, and then I'm going to like clear as best as I can to look to the south, and then that cuts off 2 directions. So now I know that the only ways people can come with me are from the north and from the west. I hear the shots, and it sounds like he's shooting to the north, so I know there's at least 2 people to the north of me. So most likely I'm clear. Now because he seems like he's really distracted, I know that he just built up on this cliff because I saw it happening. So I'm going to be as quiet as possible to sneak up on this guy and see who he's shooting at, and maybe I can take him out without him noticing. So I switched to my my sniper rifle to see if I can get a headshot. Can't see him yet, so I know he's over this ridge. So I'm going to switch to my SCAR because I figure he'll probably notice me at this point and I might have to have a firefight. But he doesn't notice me. I see him there, so I just switched to the shotgun and shot him. Because I know he was shooting at someone and someone knew he was there, I know I'm about to get shot at. So I see that purple sniper rifle and get out quickly before I can get shot at anymore. I am going to finish looting that at some point, but I want to make sure I'm safe. I don't take that shot because it wasn't a guaranteed shot, and I don't really want to give away my position any more than I did. By coming and killing this guy, and again, just wanted to be as quiet as possible. So take all his ammo, take all his resources, I took the upgrade, and then for a matter of just waiting on the circle once again. So here I'm just making sure that I don't get flanked and have someone do something very similar to what I just did to that guy. So I'm looking around making sure no one can come up. While at the same time being careful that no one's approaching me here, because again, my position was pretty well given up by the fact that I killed a guy who was sniping people. But now I do want to scout around and see if I can pick anyone off. Here the circle comes up, and now I'm just kind of waiting for the next circle. I see I do have to move just a little bit. But not too much. So here I want to see if anyone's hiding on the edge of the circle, if anyone's healing up. I don't see anyone there. I couldn't see everything, but I didn't want to risk falling out because I'm at a pretty good vantage point. So there I saw someone snipe to me. I don't really know where from. I'm going to see if I can figure out where that shot came from. And it sounds like it's a bolt action sniper rifle. There again, another bullet just went by me. I don't see where from, but I think it's next to that white rock in the horizon. So I'm just sitting here, and the fact that I'm sitting here leads me to believe it is in that white rock. Because someone already knows I'm here, I'm just setting up cover, and I'm actually kind of hoping that they get bored and they don't actually shoot at me again. I hope they go after someone else, because it would take a lot of ammo to bring this down, and also pretty sure they can tell I'm outside of the circle, so I don't really need to worry. So here, again, getting a good vantage point, figuring out if I can see where it's coming from. Don't really see anything right now. So it's really just patience, patience, patience. I want to wait for people to kill each other. I don't really want to have to make a move until it's the last possible minute. So I don't really want to go down there because people know where my position is, but I do see these little blocks over here and that someone else has made, and I figure, hey, you know, I can use this. I probably don't have all the resources to set it up myself, but this is a pretty good ramp. What I should have done is built another block there, because I almost don't make that jump, and this run would have been completely ruined if I just would have fallen to my death right there. But fortunate enough, I do make that jump, and then I think I'm in a pretty good vantage point, because the only other person that would suspect this is the person that built this before me. And for all I know, they might already be dead. So someone else got taken out, so now we're down to the last 4. Just kind of sneaking into the circle, sneaking into the circle. The reason I chose this position is because I'm still kind of over a ridge. I have the tree for cover, and I can keep an eye on the drop, because I really don't want someone else to get that drop. That would be really, really bad for me. I don't really want to get any more outgunned than I might already be. And so now it's just a matter of, can I find someone to pick off with the sniper rifle? And if so, then I will do so. But I didn't really need to make a fort until I saw someone else or I was spotted. I thought that guy spotted me, so this is why I'm starting to set up my own little fort so that I'm a little bit covered. Again, not in a huge hurry, but I do want to kind of get a vantage point. There you go. Someone else got taken out by grenades. So now we're down to the last 3. I know there's one person dead ahead behind the drop. I don't know where the other person is yet. So what I'm going to try to do is take out that person if I'm pretty sure I can hit it. But again, I also don't want to let him get too big of a fort, so there's a problem for me later. So because I see him making his way over to the drop, I want to kill these buildings, again, not to let his buildings get out of control, and then try to hit him with a sniper shot. So I'm just whittling down these buildings, hoping that I can get some shots on him and whittle him down for later when we actually do have either a sniper battle or, you know, an up-close battle. Taking it down. There he goes, going for the drop. I hit him quite a few times, and then I see someone fire at me, so I know that they're about to fight, because that means that the guy I'm shooting at sees the other person. I don't hit the shots, but I know that they're about to start fighting each other, which gives me a little time to sneak up. I accidentally fell into this pit, not realizing that it was there. I see that right now I should pick up that shotgun, but I was more worried about just getting out of the pit quickly so I didn't get caught unawares and I didn't lose track of where either of my enemies are. So again, setting up the wall, setting up the stairs, and then getting them to fight. Get shotgun, so now I know it's 1v1, and I'm pretty sure I can take him since he had to be a little bit damaged in that fight. So land some good shots on the sniper rifle, see who's jumping around. I just prepare for it, and then take him down. There's a lot of different techniques I used in this. Here it was just kind of hearing the sound, letting the sound guide me to where someone was hiding, using the visual cues like that gun, and then getting the shot. Here, even though I was taken by surprise, I knew it was coming just because I heard the sound of the gun click. Again, setting up cover and then getting rid of a fight when I probably have superior resources, and then it's just a matter of outgunning them. Always keep moving. Always keep moving. Again, get behind cover and then try to outgun them. Here, just really being patient. I hear the shots. I don't have to run up and kill him even though he's distracted. I know I can get it better if I'm just quiet. So quiet, quiet, quiet. Switch to the gun that I think is most appropriate. Now I see that I really have a free kill, so just switch to the shotgun. Easy kill in the back. Keep in mind that I didn't have to get very many kills in the top 6. Just enough to whittle people down, and then once I get up close, kill them up close. I hope you enjoyed this video guide. I'm probably going to release a few more. Stay tuned for that and more on my channel. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, subscribe and like the video.
It brings up a slider if you hit it.
Oh, there's a guy. Oh, shit, I thought that was you. There's a guy here. Outside or on the right side of the house. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Right around the corner.
Chasing?
Yep, he is.
Two people.
Knock that one. Got him.
Sick, dude.